We are doing a new video on a GE top load washing machine that needs a board replacement. You would want to replace the board on a GE washing machine if it won't start and you've tried to replace other components that you thought were wrong. But if something's happening where it won't start and the part and the harness aren't the issues, then it's probably the control board, and there are tests you can do to verify it. It is a common problem with these units. But the key with this video is I want to show you how to put the board in and program it for your machine. What happens with these machines is there's one board for about 10 to 20 different models, and unless you know how to program it properly, it's just not going to work. So we're going to go through all the steps today in this video, and maybe you've even bought the board and you've programmed it wrong and a feature suddenly doesn't work due to misprogramming. Got that covered today as well. So let's go in and replace the board in this machine that needs it, and then program it together.
To replace the board, the only tool you really need is a 1/4 inch hex head screwdriver and probably some anti-static gloves when you're having to touch the board. First, make sure the washer is unplugged before doing any work on the machine and control board. Next, move the washer in such a way that you can access the rear of the machine to open up the top of the unit. There are 2 vertical screws that need to be removed from the top of the washer at the top of the machine here. They are 1/4 inch hex heads, and they are very, very long screws, so this will take a little bit of time to unscrew them. Once you have these 2 screws removed, the top can be removed by pressing the sides of the console rearward. Usually just by hitting the sides of it with your fist is sufficient. You can pivot the console top up and away from the unit, but you will need to probably remove the pressure hose going to the board to be able to fully extend the console away from the chassis. To remove the rear panel from the console for more room to access the board, slide the panel from left to right to allow you to fully remove the panel from the console. Next, we're going to work to remove the wires from the board. You may want to take a picture of the orientation and direction of the wires to the board, but for this particular model and revision, all the wires were different sizes and colors and went only one way. The next step is to remove the plastic cover that locks the board into place. There are 4 hex head screws on this cover, as well as a plastic tab on the upper corner of the board. These screws are very shallow for whatever it's worth, so it will not take very long. Once you have these 4 screws removed, press that tab and remove the entire cover from place. Once you have all these screws removed, remove the central dial from the front of the console. Once you have that removed, you can take the board out of the machine. Due to the choice of my removal techniques, the plastic gray start/pause deep fill buttons did need reseated when I installed the new board in place for whatever it's worth. Here is the old and new boards. Note that the new board is going to probably look physically different than the old board that came out of the machine. GE has made multiple revisions to this board, so the locations of relays and other components are going to be different, and also may have additional harness ports to handle other models of washing machines. To reinstall the board, lay the board into place, aligning the board with the hole for the control knob, as well as the 4 posts that the screws will go into when we put the white cover back on. And once you have all 4 aligned, you're going to go ahead and take that white plastic cover and install it with the 4 screws. You will need to seat the post in the upper corner first, most likely, and it will snap into place with those screws. Once you have all the screws in place, go ahead and install the control dial on the front of the machine. There is a flat piece on the knob that will seat on a flat part of the post for the board as reference, and this just will press in to kind of seat into place. When you have this fully completed, you can go ahead and reinstall the wires to the board, as well as the gray pressure hose to the sensor. In the case of this washing machine, everything again was color coded. I did take pictures of this earlier, but didn't need to recall anything because of how the wires were oriented. Again, note on this specific unit, there is one harness that does not have a connector to it because of the model of board versus the washing machine. Could be an encoder on higher end GE models. When you have all of this done, you can go ahead and install the console to the washer by slotting it into place. I forgot to film this on the reinstallation, but when you notice here, there are 2 posts on each side of the plastic console that will seat into the washer top that you'll press the unit back into place. Once that's all slotted, I'm going to go ahead and begin to test the console. If you're confident on the installation, you could install the cover first and then the screws to the back of the unit. But for testing purposes, I am skipping this step since it's pretty easy to go forward and do the testing. Go ahead and move the washing machine to a location that it can be plugged in, then plug the machine back in for power. When it's been plugged in, you'll see all the lights begin to flash on the washing machine, stating that it's now fully ready for programming. When you got your OEM board, there should have been a small card from GE that you can text the word parts to, along with the part number on the box that you had of the board for installation instructions. I noticed when I tried to enter the model number of the part, I had to remove the letter C from the end of the part for it to work, for GE to send me the instructions. They sent me a PDF that had the instructions for this board. I printed it out for the video, and these instructions are going to vary based on board model number, and it will contain a list of personalities for the various washing machines that this board works on. Next, we want to follow the instructions to program the personality. To start with, make sure you locate the model number tag by raising the lid of your washing machine and correlate it to the model list on the PDF that you got from GE. In the case of this board, there are about 20 personalities to choose from, and I'll have the PDF as a downloadable document along with any others that I have found, so you know exactly what you're going to look for. To change the personality on this unit, press the start/pause button until the lights on the washing machine match the model number of your washing machine based on the personality list of the PDF. When you press the start button the first time, all the lights off is a code for a specific GE or Hotpoint washer, so if you see your number on the list with no lights, you're already there. But otherwise, continue to press the start button until the light code matches up to the appropriate model number of your washing machine. In this case, it was 4 lights, and it was about 16 modes in. Once you have the correct number and have verified the number of lights, press the pause/start button and hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds. When you have done this the proper way, all the lights are going to turn off and you're done with successfully programming the board to your washing machine. But let's say that you entered the wrong number or you didn't know how this step actually worked. Here's how you're going to reset the program. Unplug the washing machine and plug it back in to make sure you have a fresh start. To enter diagnostics, press and hold the start button, then rotate the control dial a full 180 degrees counterclockwise. It should be about 7 or 8 clicks. If you go past 180 degrees, it's fine. Then release the start/pause button. The relay will click and all the lights will begin to flash on and off, showing you that you are in the correct diagnostic mode. From here, rotate the dial clockwise twice until the rinse light is illuminated. Once you are there, press the start button and it will turn the personality mode changer on. The lights will begin to flash according to the model number you had already programmed in, which was 4 lights. But unlike the earlier ID mode that we did, you can rotate the dial to cycle through the various light combinations to select the correct personality mode on the washing machine. But like the previous mode, once you have selected the right personality for your machine, you're going to press and hold the start button for 3 to 5 seconds, and it will confirm the selection by turning all the lights off, and you should be good to go.
Thank you guys so much for joining me on how to replace this board. All the documents that we had for this, I will include in the description, as well as a link to buy the boards that are associated with the document, because again, there are 2 or 3 or 4 different boards for these machines. Critical you buy the right one and you program it right. I'll have all those links in the description. If you purchase the board or anything else in the description, it does help the channel out to make these videos. I bought this machine just to make this video for you guys. So it costs a little bit of money and hopefully you guys can support the channel that way. But it's really easy to do this with the programming and the installation. I hope this helps you out. Like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this content. Have a great day.